So today, everyone, we will start with our lecture about the basically masking and why we do use masking inside YouTube, inside After Effects, and what is the use of masking inside visual effects. Okay, as we are using After Effects for the visual effects projects, so how we can use a masking inside the uh, basically After Effects. So masking, there are a number of different reasons we use masking inside visual effects. We use it for garbage masking that I have briefly told you in the last lecture, if you remember. Let me recap that. Okay. So if you know that we have this video, which I will just put it here. Okay, so this video is basically the blue screen video. So if I will go to and create a composition out of this, you will notice that there is a lot of area, but this whole area I don't really need this whole area. Okay, so what I can do here is that I can take a masking tool and mask out the important part, I will mask and put the important part in. So this will be my whole area where I will work. So this area will be masked out, which I don't have to worry about. So this area is the garbage area, and this is the garbage masking, where you move everything or you delete everything that you don't require. So this is what we did in the last class. So already you know about the garbage masking now, I hope, because we worked on that in the last class. So those who want to see, you can go to the live stream of the visual effects in the playlist. You can go to my playlist. You will see there all the playlists. You will see the playlist of the the visual effects. Okay, just I will show you where you can find it. Okay, so here I have, and then if you go to the playlist, here you will see everything related to the visual effects here. Okay, and then here we have this chroma green screen like thing, and if I will go here to this part, you can see that here I clearly explain what is the masking. Okay, and I'm doing the masking here. So this is what we did in the last class, just like a recap here. Now, on the other reason, let me delete this one because we don't need it for this project. Okay, other reasons, let's see, if we have to recolor any object and not the whole footage or a whole object itself, just a part of it. So for that reason, we also use masking. So I have different sort of videos here. I will bring them here. Okay. And first, what we will do here is that we will do a masking of one part here, where we have this lady, and she's sitting in front of the laptop. So if I will play this video, she's just working on the laptop, and the camera is still, it's not moving at all. And if I want to recolor the laptop itself, I don't want this laptop to look like silver. I want a different color of the laptop. So what I can do here is that I can go to this layer, rename this layer to original. Now I will duplicate this layer by pressing Ctrl D. Ctrl D, D for duplicate, and if you're using Mac, then Command D. And I will rename this original to blue laptop. So I know this is the blue laptop. Okay. Now what I need to do here is that I have to go and mask out this laptop. So only this laptop will be appear. So I will zoom in. As much you can zoom in, it's better for masking, so you can clearly mask. I will take my masking from the top, the pen tool, or this one. But here the pen tool because I have to make an exact version of this. So I will take this, make sure you are in the beginning layer or anywhere. It doesn't matter because the video itself is not moving. The frame itself, like the camera itself is not moving. So camera is still. So it doesn't matter if you are anywhere. Okay. But still, I prefer to go to the first frame. And then what I will do here is that I will just zoom it a little bit more and start the masking from here. Click here and make sure your layer is selected. Otherwise, it will not create a mask, it will create a shape. So make sure the layer is selected where you are going to do masking. Then I will simply press here somewhere, then drag to create a curve. So if you have used the pen tool in the After Effects, this works the same way. Okay. Now I will go here. And to move around, you can press spacebar on your keyboard. So you will get this option, this hand, and you can move and start making this and moving. Okay. And here again, I will do the drag here, a little bit drag here. Wherever you have the corners, just press once, and wherever you have curve, drag. So I don't want to go in the details of this because this is actually you have already studied in your Illustrator classes. Okay, so I will go to this part, click here, and then click here, and then curve, a little bit curve here, then click here once. Okay. And then I will go to this part here. I will make a curve at this stage. And go back to where I started. Now everything is masked. If I go outside, okay, and I have to go outside from my pen tool. So by mistake, if I click anywhere, it will start making the mask again. So for the safe side, I have to go outside by going to my selection tool. So now if and deselect everything by clicking anywhere outside here. Or to deselect, you can go to edit. Okay, sorry, yeah, edit, and then there is a deselect option here, Control Shift A. So if I press here, everything will be deselected. Okay, now if I will hide the original layer, you can see that because original layer is not showing, only blue laptop layer is showing, so it shows how the mask is perfectly fit over there. And I can turn on this transparency, so I can see the transparency over there. If I will press spacebar, you can see that her hands shadows are appearing, but nothing else is appearing over here. So this is a clear, good picture. And if I will do any kind of changes here, it will not affect the video itself. Okay. Now, as it is masked already, and if I select the layer, you can see that it shows the mask. But if you don't want to see the mask, you can just press over here. This is toggle mask and shape path visibility. So if I press it, it will be off. If I press again, it will be on and off. Okay, but I will turn it off so it will not annoy me. And then I will go to effect, color correction, and hue saturation, and I will choose colorize option over here and move my hue to somewhere which I want like a bluish, like this one. Okay, and I can increase the saturation a little bit more, so it will become more bluish, and dark, so you can decrease the lightness. Now I can on my original layer. So when you see that, you can notice how the laptop has now become blue. So this is one way to do that. Okay. Now, when you're making mask, there are a couple of options in the mask. So to see all the options, I have to go here, press M on my keyboard wherever I have applied the mask. Let me turn on the mask option here and zoom in so we can see the whole thing, what is going on. So if I'll go to the blue laptop layer here, wherever I have applied the mask, if I will press M, it will show me the mask option, only the path. Here I have add. If I will do subtract, so it will do the opposite. Everything else has become blue because everything else has become mask, not this one. If I will choose intersect, so if there are two different masks, so it will intersect both masks. Lighten, darken, and difference, all are for different overlapping masks. But I will keep here add. Okay. Now shape. I can animate the mask. How? If I don't want this shape, if I want to change the shape later on, like suppose if I will press mask path here, the stopwatch, it will start animating it. It will give me a keyframe. I can go to any frame, like suppose here, and maybe I can move the mask. Okay, the whole mask is coming down because to work on the points itself, you have to deselect everything. Okay, then click it back. Then what you can do, you can manually move any one of these. Okay, just like this. So now if I will go and play this animation, you can see that it is coming down. Okay, the mask is animating itself. But actually I don't want that. I will uncheck this. Make sure you're on the spot where you want to uncheck it. You want to remove this. Otherwise, if I'm here and if I remove this stopwatch, so it will make this frame freeze, which I don't want. I want the first frame to be freeze when I remove this. So I have to be on the first frame, then I remove this. Other than that, there are options. So what you have to do, if I press M again, it will be gone. But if I will press M 2 times, M, then it will give me all the masking options. Now let's see one by one what are these masking options. Now first, as I told you, is the mask, is the path itself, if you want to animate the path. Next is the feather. Feather is the blend between the background and the mask. If I will increase the feather a lot, you can see that it is becoming too much blur. Okay, which is not right. A small version 2 will be fine for it. So it will have quite a good blend between the background and here. Otherwise, it will look very sharp. If it looks sharp, it will not look realistic. Then opacity. I can reduce the opacity of the mask or I can increase the opacity of the mask. For this case, I want it to be 100%. Then expansion. If you want to grow the mask, so if I will go here, I can increase it. So the mask will start growing. So you can see that it has reached, the mask has reached over here to her body and her like table and everything. Okay. If I decrease it, so the mask will start becoming smaller. So now you can see that this has become smaller. So expansion, what it is, it's basically the size of the mask, the actual mask that you have created. So the only thing that I changed right now is the feather, so it will blend with the background perfectly. Now you can see that very clear, no issue here. Okay, and it looks like the laptop is now changed from silver to blue. So very simple way of using the mask here to change things. Okay, the good thing was that her hands were not over the laptop, so easily I was able to change it. Otherwise, what if her hands are over the laptop, then you have to do some advanced masking. Okay, which we will do in the next topic, in the next part. Okay, so I hope this part of the mask is clear. Everyone, is it clear? Anyone who has question? Okay, so that's fine now. We will move to the next part. So I will stop this video. What if our mask is moving? So I have a image over, I have a video over here which is called moving truck. So I will take the moving truck, right click over here, new composition from selection, or I can drag and drop it here. Okay, and it will make it this video. Now this video is too long. I don't want this whole video to be there, so maybe I will just, or let's do one thing. I think we can keep it, it's fine. So now what I will do here is that here I have this truck. Now this truck have a white, you can say, container. Now I don't want a white container, I want a different color container. So what I can do uh, like a mask over here, but the truck itself is moving. Okay, so first of all, let's do our basic stuff. Let's rename this to original. Control D to duplicate it, and then call this one red container. And now what I will do is I will take my pen tool to create a mask, and I will create a mask something around here, just like this. Okay, and once this mask is being created, you will notice that there is a tracker option here about the mask. It's not the same tracker option that we use for the motion tracking. This tracker option is related to the mask. Okay, and we have the same options here, and the method can be changed to anything here, but right now what I'm using is the motion, scale, and rotation. Let's see if it works, it's good, then otherwise we will change to other parts. Okay, so I will press track selected mask forward because I'm in the right now position, scale, and rotation. What it will do, it will only work on the position of the mask, scale of the mask, and rotation of the mask. Other than that, we have position, scale, rotation, and skew. So it will reposition it, scale it, rotate it, and also skew means like it will reshape it according to where it is. Then we have only perspective. What the perspective will do is that the perspective that you have selected, it will try to maintain that perspective throughout. So let's use the position, scale, and rotation, and then we will move later on. Other than these are the facial tracking for the face tracking, but that's a completely different topic. When we will move to facial tracking, then we will learn this one. Okay. Now what I will do here is I will press my track button here. Let me hide the original layer so you can see this, how it will look like. Okay, so this is what it is. Now I will go back here and I will press I will unhide this original right now. Go back to the red container, press M. When I press M, I will get add. Instead of add, I will choose none. What does the none do? None will not do anything, it will just show the mask. Okay, so I will just click on the mask here again, then I will click here, track select mask, zoom out a little bit because you know this footage is little blurry, it's moving a lot, so maybe the mask will move also. So for the safe side, we have to go back and change it. So I will press play. It is working fine till now. Okay, now it is a bit moving, so I will stop it there. Go here, try to move this. First I have to deselect everything outside. Okay, and I will take my selection tool instead of mask tool because mask tool will create mask again. So I will reshape it again and play again. Now it's working fine, but here it changes a little bit, so I have to go here and change it. Okay, then again, till now it's working fine, it's going fine, but again it is changing, so I will pause it over here. Oops. Go a little bit back where it was changing. At this stage it was a little bit changing, so I will try to arrange this. Here again, again, and then again. Takes time. And you will notice that it will be outside now. So I have to arrange this back here. Okay. Now I will move it completely outward. Took time. Okay. But we were able to pull that off. Okay. Now, if I will go to none and change it back to add, and now if I will press spacebar, you can see that only the mask is there. Okay. Now if I will go here to my footage, and I can change the color, but not now. I will hide this one, go back to original, okay, and duplicate this one, and I will change its name to red container 2. And this time what I'm going to do here is that I will create a mask, but for this part. Okay. And I will hide the original, go back here, press M, and none. Now, before, if you remember, I used which method? I used this one. But now let's see how the position, scale, and rotations and skew works. Okay, what's the difference and how much it will help us? This one will skew your mask as well. So there will be a little bit, extra help here. If I will play, you can see that it is not reshaping it a lot. Okay. Let me pause it. Because I have to keep on going back and forth. Okay. Here, if you will notice, a little bit movement there is. So I have to do one thing. I have to deselect everything. Make sure your selection tool is there. Let me zoom out instead of keep on doing that on and off. Bit here because it's moving very fast. That's why. Otherwise, it was going fine. Okay. Here it should be out. Now, if you have noticed, when I was using the second method, which is the skew method, it was helping me more. Okay, the reason was that because it was skewing as well. So now I will change this to add, and you can see that it is almost perfect. Okay, so not too much change. Now what I can do is that I can go to any one of these, apply effect, color correction, hue and saturation. Okay, and I will turn on the hue, sorry, the colorize. It's red. Okay, I want the red, but I want brighter red, but make it a little darker as well at the same time. Saturation I will reduce it, otherwise it will look bad. Now once I have this, I will copy this effect, edit, copy, go to the container, the other container, paste it. Okay, so here I have to turn this on. This was off. Now I can see this. Now both of them you can see are very sharp because there is no feather. So I will go F, select both of them. Now both are selected. If I'll change one, both will change. So to select both of them, you can press Control on your keyboard and select as many you want. Then you can go and change the feather. Okay. Oops, sorry. You have to press feather with Control key, then the feather will select, not the layer itself. Now I will go here in the value, press 2, so both will change. And you can now see it is blending with the background. It's not sharp as it was before. Now, if I will go back here just to see how it looks like, so you can see that the skew one is not moving or like a lot. This one is quite moving, and plus in the end it stays, which I don't actually want it. So at the end I will take both of the layers and trim this part. So I will press control and left square bracket, so it will remove the part which is after this one. Okay, sorry, it is alt and left square bracket, so it will remove this one, as we did in the previous classes. So now I will not have that issue. So skew worked much more better, because you can see the one which is the skew is not moving. This one is moving more. Okay, so skew is much more better than before. Okay, so this is how you can also use on the moving items. If you have any moving item, so this is how you can change that. Okay, now here we have our another object here, which is another video which is also moving. So I will drag it here to make a new video out of it, and if I will play this, you can see that it's a video about like person talking, and you can see the camera is also moving, the person itself is also moving, so two things at the same time is moving. Now this is pretty much advanced, okay, because a lot of things are moving. And now what I want here is that, first of all, I want to mask this part. Let's do first rename this video to original, make duplicate, control D. I will change the name of this to yellow board. So I will change its color to yellow. So I will call this one yellow board. And then what I will do, make sure you are on the first frame, because now it's very important to be on first frame, because the camera is moving and everything else is animating. Okay, I will select this from here, okay, and here. Once I will do that, I can move these around to better match the perspective. Okay, now as there is a perspective here, so what I can do here is that instead of using any one of these two, I will use perspective and see how it works. If it works good, otherwise we will change to some other one. But I believe the perspective will work. Now I'm still in the pen mode and I don't want to create a mask. So for the safe side, I will choose the selection mode. Otherwise, if you're still in the pen mode, maybe by mistake you will click anywhere, and that place wherever you are clicking will become a mask. Now here I will go and I will go to here play button to start the tracking. So this is perspective, so you can see that it is till now it is working fine. There is some issue here, but I will ignore it right now. Otherwise, I have to stop and I have to refresh it. Okay, but I will ignore it for now. Otherwise, it will take a lot of time. Or let's do that, because it moves here because of his hand gesture. It moves there. I'll take this whole edge. You can take edge also instead of points. You can take the edge, and then you can go back, mask this. And I will stop here and move it outwards. Okay, here again it is moving. So I'll take the points or the edge itself and track it again. Okay, here again it moves. So again, okay, now it's getting better. Okay, now it goes a little further away. Okay, because you know his hands are moving as well. That's why, because of his hand movement, it is moving as well. Here it moves. Okay, and then I'll stop here because it moved somewhere here. So now I think it's not that moving. Okay, here it is moving again, so I will just put it back here. Okay, so I will not render the whole thing, otherwise it will take time. I will take my work area to the end and I will right click and trim comp to work area, so this will become as one part whole. So perspective actually helps you whenever you have a perspective like this one, okay, like a wall, like a signboard, like a screen. For those like purposes, perspective is good. Now if I will hide this one original, you can see this is the one that is there. Now I can go it's easily to effect control, color correction, hue and saturation. Okay, colorize it, change the hue to yellowish, something like this, little bit saturation, but we have, and lightness a little bit down. Now we have an issue over here. Okay, let me do one more thing, add a feather too. Now issue is what? Issue is that I want the board to be yellow, but not the person's like clothes to be yellow, okay, or himself to be like a different color. So what I need to do here is that I will do a secondary mask, and that secondary mask will be over this mask, okay. So I will take the original layer again, duplicate it, okay, and I will call this model, okay. So this person will be our model. I will take this, Control D, move it up, call this layer model. Now I will focus more on him, so I can mask him. I will take my mask here, okay, and then simply I will draw mask like this, but not too many like too many points, because if you will add too many points, what will happen is that because you will be animating this mask in case if it's not working fine. Okay, now I don't want to affect this part because the whole body I don't want mask. I want only want the mask where he is in front of the board, because rest is fine. Okay, so and here I don't want to be more careful, because still here I just want his mask. Now it's fine, and now you can see that we can see the board as well and him, and I can go here. Okay, everything is fine now. Now taking the mask of this model, once you select the mask, then you will be able to track it. But I think you have to change a lot, just like here in the first spot. Okay, so I have to do some changing here. Let me deselect first so that I can get the points. Okay, yeah, one more thing, sorry. Before doing this, change this to position, scale, and rotation, not perspective. Now I will do it again. Okay, now it's better, but still it is moving. So I will go to the part where he's moving a lot. Deselect everything so that your points are activated. Now I can use the points, remove the points. So I'm repositioning all these points. Be careful with the handles. You don't have to mess them around. Play again. Okay, now here as well. As the coat he is wearing is a little darker color, so yellow is not appearing on the dark color, which is good. So maybe even if you will not remove it perfectly, so it will not be too crucial, but it's better to rightly move or remove that. Okay. Now this is the crucial part. Now instead of playing this, I can go to the next frame to fix all these. It will be much more easier for me to do that. Okay, or I can use my page up and down to go to the next frame and fix it manually as well. So now I'm not using any one of these tracking. I'm now doing without the tracking. So let's see without the tracking how the masking will work. So sometimes problems occurs if you have a lot of points. So I have a lot of points here. So I will go to this frame, okay, and then move it here. Because now I'm not using tracking, I'm doing manually. So I have to move after every few frames and fix it. Okay, it is. So now between here you can see that it is changing its shape. Okay, now I will go a little bit more forward. Then again I will move this whole thing. I will select the whole mask. I will click it here. Select it just like this. Then to control, I will deselect everything and simply I will put here. So this is one other approach to do the masking basically without tracking if you want to do. So I feel without tracking it will be much more better because tracking is not too much helping at this moment. Okay, now I'll go a little bit more forward. So you can see that how it is adjusting and how it is like a frame or like after a few frames I'm adjusting that so it will not affect a lot of like a lot of areas. Otherwise what will happen if I will not do uh, in this way, so it will not look fine. So it's automatically from this frame to this frame it is adjusting itself because I made the keyframe in betweener, so those will automatically adjust from one page to another page. So this is one good way of doing this. Okay, now I will go back here. So select the mask, move it back here, deselect, put all these back where they belongs. So I'll adjust them accordingly where I believe it's fine. Now I will go back, I will go a little bit more further. Okay, here it, I could go to 5 seconds, but he's changing a lot, so it's better to make one here. Okay, so now I will go here and then reposition it. This whole process is basically known as the rotoscopy. If you're doing this frame by frame, or one frame at a time. And there is a very quick, easy way to do this, and that I will show you later on afterwards, because first of all I have to show you the manual way to do it, so you understand the whole concept, and then I will show you how to do it very quick and very fast. Okay, then a little bit more further, maybe to here. Okay, then a little bit more further here. Okay, if sometimes what happens, you select 2 points at the same time. So to get rid of 2 points at the same time, just deselect by clicking anywhere outside and then start selecting the objects again the way you want it. Okay, then keep it more further. Okay, be careful with the handles as I told you before, because handles can cause problem, and you can see that 2 or 3 points are selected at the same time. So deselect and then start uh, again. So I will put them here. Okay, and now I will go to the last frame to adjust everything fine. So even after this, there will be some changes we can do. We can go back and see where we need more changes, because it is not a very quick process. Right now in the class, because we don't have usually time, so we have to uh, look for the a best way to apply and the quick way to apply it. Otherwise, when you're doing on your projects these kind of like rotoscoping based masking, so take your time, okay, and try to make them perfect rather than being like quickly trying to finish it. So now it is all done. Let me deselect the mask. Let's go back from here and see. Okay. Now here is, you can see all these keyframes. What are these? These are the tracking. These are the manuals. Okay. So this is fine. Here there is a little bit adjustment we can do. Okay. Uh, just move the whole mask. That's all. This can solve the problem. And now if I will do here also, here I need to move these. Okay, and there is, his hand is like appearing, so that for that we can make another layer and do that, but for now we will just continue with this. So here as well, I can remove the whole mask. Sometimes the moving whole mask can solve the issue as well. So you can see this process is very time consuming, but it will solve your issues. Like, this is the way that you can only uh, do these kind of things. And this is non-destructive, because once you are done with this, you can again change the background as you want. Okay, so now it is done. So I will just play it and you can see that how it is being like covered so far. And any color, I can go back to my yellow board there and I can do anything over there, and it will be applied. Only the hand, I can make a new layer and apply that. But right now we will keep on this to the model itself instead of his hand. Okay. And one more thing I can do here is that I can go back here, press F on my keyboard for feather, type 2, so it can create a like a feather as well over there. So it will blend with the edges will blend with the background, not the whole thing, just edges, because feather is for the edges basically. So let's render it again. Okay, so any questions so far? Is it all clear? Can you do you understand this? The whole process? If there is any question, just you can let me know. Okay, so now you can see how we have removed this, how the masking was done. A bit time consuming process. Okay, now the good thing is that I can go anytime to my black this board. Okay, and I can change the hue and it will not affect any other layer. So I can change this, or I can also animate it. Like, suppose if I can go in the color horizon hue, the colorize hue, and click on the stopwatch, and I can press U on my keyboard, U for Uber key. So it will show me all those layers which have the effect. So mask path have the effect which we tracked it, but I'm more interested right now in colorize hue. I can go in the end and I can type here 0 and let's see how it works. So hue will be changing throughout. Okay, so a really nice sort of effects we have applied over here. Okay, and what else I can do over here is that I can go to I can go here, take this image of the girl, put over the original, hide it, go to the original. Okay, and what I will do over here is that I will just take my original layer here, track motion. Okay, and what I will do here is that I will choose perspective corner pin. Okay, and this is all I'm doing in the original. I will take all of these to different parts here, like suppose this one I will take it, put it here. Okay, this one I will put it here somewhere. Okay, this one I will put it somewhere here. And this one maybe here somewhere, or maybe here. This one also somewhere here. Okay, but these points, the reference points for creating a screen, I can put this one here, one here, one over here, okay, and one here. Now what I will do is that I will just go here and simple track it. Okay, so what it will do is that it will track my background, and on the background itself I can put anything like a screen or a video, because already we have a mask of this person in front of it, so we will have a nice effect over here. Okay, so as you can see, this is tracking. I think the video of the lady with the laptop, which I have brought it here, I don't think that is needed here. What is needed is a solid background. Okay, so once this is tracked, I can remove that video, and I will put the solid background video over here. Okay, tracking so far, it is going good. There is no issue here because there is no motion blur. Usually, if you have motion blur or anything which is uh, blocking your track points, then you will have all like issues in motion tracking anything. So make sure whenever you are recording your own video, you don't have you're not moving it a lot, the camera, because now you can see that it is moving at this stage. Why? Because he started to block these parts. So I will go back here. Okay, and then I will bring it back to where it was before. Okay, and now I will again track forward. Now this might move because he might block this. Yes, he blocked this. So you can go here. Or what I can do is that just make this video shorter, otherwise it will take a lot of time to fix that. Trim comp to work area. Now done. So what I will do here is that when the whole thing is done, I don't need this video which I was telling you about, the lady's video. So I will take this video, delete this one, go to layer, new, solid. Okay, and I will put this over the yellow board. And what I will do, I will go to the tracking option, choose the the medium solid, which I brought it. Okay, and apply. Now it will be here, and if I will move it, so you can see this person is moving in front of that part. Okay, so what I can do here is that I can go to this the solid, go to layer, pre-compose, and leave everything outside, all the effect outside, just pre-compose this one. And I can write here container video or video container, like it's a container that holds a video inside. Now I will double click to go inside here, project. I will choose simple same video here. Okay, and right click, transform fit to comp. Okay, and then go back to the mask area. You can see that girl's video is there. So now if I will play it, so you can see how it is been working. Okay, and for a little bit effect, what I can do is here is that I can change the mode here. Okay, maybe to overlay. Okay, so I can have the original also down, and I can have this one as well. So this is, a way of doing these kind of effects here. Any questions so far? Is this clear? Shall we move to the next topic? So please let me know. Okay, so let's move to the next topic. So as you can see that this is how it is done, and you can see clearly we had done different sort of like a masking over here. Two sort of masking, one like two places we have used the masking, and also we have used this person's like video over here, and we also did the motion tracking and put it in the background. So that's one more way of doing something like this. Okay, now let's see what else we have and what kind of masking we have. Now other masking that we have here is called the rotoscopy. Okay, rotoscoping. So this process was rotoscoping, but we were doing it manually with the mask that we have. But what if we don't have mask? Okay, sorry, what if we are doing rotoscoping with the rotoscoping tool? We do have a tool which is called rotoscoping tool. So what I will do here is that I have this video of this lady. I will make a composition out of it, drag it to the new composition. Now let me fill it up. Okay, now if I play the video, you will see that I have a like video of her, and I want to write something over here, and that text I want it behind her, not on top of her. Okay, so that's how I will do that. So for that purpose I can use a rotoscoping here, because if you remember, when I was removing the background from the previous video, it was taking a lot of time. I have to remasking because the model was moving a lot, his hands were moving a lot, and it was a little hard to mask him out. Same thing, if I will do it here, it will be the same long process. But what is this like the easiest way to do it? First of all, let me take my text option here. Now I will turn on this title save action area from here. What does this do is that it will show me that all the text should be inside this box. Okay, otherwise on the screen, on the television, it will be cut out. Okay, just like when you do something printing, you do the bleeding, here you do the action safe area, so nothing will cut out on the television. So I will write here music. Okay, and I will choose a nice font that will kind of suits the the theme of the music. So I can click in the fonts here. Okay, and I can go to the list of the fonts. So it will just, it's loading the fonts right now. Okay, or just what I can do here is that I can, if I know the name of the font, simply what I can do here. Okay, I got some font here, I will choose this one. And then I will make it a little bold, and I will increase the size of it. And I will make sure this uh, text is inside the title safe area, which is this one. Okay, a little bit bigger, I can make it as well. Now I want this music behind her, okay? And there is a sky over here, and I cannot do anything about that. So what I will do is that I will go here again, rename this layer to original, press Ctrl D to duplicate it, and I will rename it to rotoscope. Now, how does the rotoscopy work? To work on the rotoscopy, let me close this. Okay, you have to double click on the layer where you want to do the rotoscopy, so it will open into a new footage video. So if I'll double click here, you can see that now a new footage video is open. Once you do that, you will see the rotoscopy options over here down. Okay, now how does the rotoscopy work? Here is the rotoscopy tool. If I keep this press, okay, I have rotoscopy and refine edge tool. So I will use the rotoscopy right now. Refine edge is for the hairs because they are very thin. So once you are done with the rotoscopy, you do that. Okay. Now I have this green you can see this brush. This is the size of the brush. Okay. Now if I want to increase the size of the brush, so what I can do, I can press Ctrl on my keyboard, press the mouse button, drag left or right. So I'm pressing Ctrl on my keyboard and dragging it left and right. So this is changing the size of my brush. Now there is two ways. You can see that it says plus. If I press Alt, it will become red and it will show minus. So on your computer, you can use Alt. On Mac, you can use Option key. Now what does like this green will do and what the red will do? Green will select what you want and red will remove what you don't want. Okay, so I will just make it a little smaller. Now I will draw over here. How it works, you just have to draw on your model. Like I will draw on her. As soon as I will draw it, it will calculate your model and it will start putting the color over her. Okay, so if I will draw like this, you can see that it's making outline, purple outline. What is this purple outline? This purple outline shows that this is what I have selected. So I will keep on doing that until there is whole purple outline over her. Okay, so just I'm marking that. I'm marking her. That's all. I don't want to go back here because music is only written over here. Otherwise, if you want more, you have to go here and then do more others remover. Now what I can do here is that I will go in here inside this area and make this small, and now I will press Alt because I don't want this part because this is sky. So I will draw with the Alt, so it will start removing this. Okay, and this one tiny bit also here and here as well, here as well. And make sure when you're doing this, you are in high quality mode, like full mode. Okay, like your resolution should be full. Now I'm done with this part. Her hair is outside the purple area, so I have to draw with the green without Alt. So it will take my hair. It will take her hair here. Okay. What else? Okay. Now what I will do, simple, I will press spacebar. When I will press spacebar, the video will start working and you will see here there is a gray area. This gray area is the render area. I can make it bigger, so you can see I can click it and make it bigger till the whole video. But what it will do is that it will take forever to render it. So I will just do part by parts. First from 1 second to 2 seconds, then from from there to 4, then part by part. Otherwise, it will take forever to do the whole video. And for this tutorial, I don't want to go till the end. Otherwise, it will take a lot of time. So I will press spacebar here to play it. Okay, now it has playing, and you can see automatic this purple line is adjusting itself. It's calculating where is the background that the person has selected, and it's moving accordingly. Now it will, when it will reach to 2 seconds, it will stop. Okay, now you can see it stopped. Now it's playing back again. Now what I want is that I want to increase this gray area again to 4. Now you can see it's on the 4. Now if I'll press again, so it will go till 4. Now there is one issue here. I can go back. I don't want this, so I will draw with the Alt here. Here as I want this hairline, so I will draw this here, but Alt and remove this part, so at least the hairline is there. And this part, if I want it or I don't want it, it doesn't matter because the text is behind her. So this part is not crucial, but yeah, this part is crucial. Okay, now I press space bar again. Okay, so now it will stop here. Now I will increase more. Let's go till 6, or let's go till 10. Okay. Now you can see that it's now here it will become little slower because I have increased it from 4 instead of 6. I had made it till 10, so it will take a little time here, then it will move forward. Okay, now as you can see, now it's moving forward. There are some parts here that still I want, or you have to fix that, but uh, for this project, let's keep it here. Otherwise, you have to go back here. Like suppose I will pause it here, and I will go back here at this, and then Alt and draw over here on the screen. Okay. And then same thing I can do here. Now I'll press spacebar again. So when you're doing your own project and you want to use the rotoscopy, so you have to do this method. So while it is doing this, if you have any questions, let me know. Okay, so now it is done. So it is refreshing, I think. So just I'll wait a little bit for more.